what's the best mix tools and ways to reach out to property owners, right? Because we focus on prospecting over the phone, but I'm curious, like what's the best way to do it? Is the best way just to pick up the phone and try to get in touch with them? Have you found a lot of success with email campaigns, text campaigns? Like that's one thing that I'd be curious about. And I wonder if others would find interesting too.
Yeah, I mean, that's a good point. I mean, I think the phone is the best. That's been the best lead for us so far. I've had moderate success with the emails. Texting has been kind of odd. I find that if you leave a voicemail, sometimes it doesn't really work. But then again, like yesterday, I followed up with somebody, left him a voicemail, and he called me right back. He's like, "Hey, I'm glad you left him a voicemail. Like, let's talk about that." And then we just like carry on with the conversation. So I think it's just going to really depend on the property owner and where you're calling at. If you're calling I mean, Grant can speak to this probably better than I can, but over the few months, I've been doing cold calling. The older guys, they love to sit and talk to you on the phone. Some guys don't have time for it. Email works better for them. Response, they can come back to it when they need to. Voicemails always tend to work if they're a motivated seller. If not, they're just going to ignore you and you have no idea. So that's kind of like the battle there.
Yeah.
I agree though, like just picking up the phone and getting on with somebody quickly for 10 minutes is usually like the best, point of attack. And again, like the contrast between commercial real estate and like a software or like even the intersection of them. It's funny because a lot of our peers in the software and like AI world, they're really big on like email and trying to drive a bunch of inbound and marketing. We start, we're building phone dialing software for commercial real estate brokerage teams. These guys are all on the phone. We know they're on the phone. So we're like, let's just start calling them and let's use a product ourselves. And so, as a team, we rip 500 dials daily every day. If not more. Usually we do a lot more than that. But like it's just so effective, and that's kind of one thing that's like one of my best advice for other early startups is like you'd be surprised how much damage you can do by just like picking up the phone and calling a ton of people and getting the word out there. So it's super interesting. I think you said it really well.
Yeah, no, and I'll piggyback off what both you guys are saying. Emails, sure they work. Mailers work well too. Texts work well too, but there's nothing that can replace actually having a conversation with somebody and building a relationship with them on the phone. Well, maybe meeting them in person, but the whole point of being on the phone, at least for us, is to set an appointment. It's not to talk to them for an hour and a half. It's not to crunch numbers. It's not to give them an offer. What we try to do first, if we can, some people won't let you do this, but what we try to do is get on the phone, build a little bit of rapport, get to know them, and set an appointment to go meet them to discuss whatever it may be. But when some people won't do that. So when you're calling, talking to them on the phone for 10, 15 minutes at a time, you're building a relationship, and you might cold call somebody once, but after you follow up with them 8 times, next thing you know, it's like, hey, how's your family doing? Like you're talking to them and you know them, and it's like, you can't get that with an email. You 100%. Can't get that with a text. You can't get that with a mailer. So I think the phone, hands down, in commercial real estate is the best way to do it. And I think people who come in as a beginner, whether it's an investor or broker, the phone's just the best. If you forget about the phone, you're probably not going to do that well. Like I tell people, like we have some newer people in our office, and I'll tell them too, like, don't be afraid of the phone. Like, it's like, did you call this person? It's like, no, I didn't call him. It's like, what'd you do? Well, I texted him. Just pick up the phone and call them. Like calling is always better.
Yeah, exactly.